Hey, and we are back with another episode of the Rob J Show. This is the first comedian to ever be on the show. Brother whose career I followed for a long time, Ali Siddiq, who has held it down. I really feel like, as far as Houston market is concerned, a pioneer. He's done a dope special on Comedy Central and has a show I'll be in attendance to. Be in attendance at next week, at the Improv. I just want to welcome you to the Rob J Show, man. Ali, pleasure to have you here.
Oh, man, thank you. I'm excited, man. The first comic? Man, I like being the first anything.
Hey, man,
Besides, I don't like virgins, though. I told a girl one time, you can't really, I can't be your first. I don't want to be your first. You need to get you a couple of other dudes under your belt before you deal with me. She's like, why would you say that? I said, because if your first car is a Bentley coupe, then everything after that is from downhill. Very, very, very downhill.
Hey, man, we like setting high standards over here, man. So, you know what I'm saying?
First comic. Man, how many episodes you in? See, let me not get too excited. Now, this is like episode number 3.
We done had some hitters, man. We about 20 episodes strong, man.
Okay.
We done had some winners on here, man. We had probably arguably the best photographer in the world, Chris Parsons. We had dude who probably got more black people coding than anyone in the nation. We had some self-made millionaires online. We had Cam Franklin from The Sufferers.
You had the Sufferers on this junk.
I ain't say we had the Sufferers. I said we had Cam Franklin from The Sufferers. Don't be putting words in the gangster mouth. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it ain't about them. It's about you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm happy to be here, though. Definitely, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. You probably don't even remember this, man. Man, I've been booed off of stage once. I've been heckled another time. And another time, I just got the straight cold shoulder. You were the host of my cold shoulder night. I came back to Houston. I was trying to rap at any open mic possible. And it was like a poetry night. You was hosting. I forgot. It was somewhere off Kirby they was throwing the thing.
Kirby.
Yeah. And it was like the stage was high in the air. Like stage looked like you was like, Caesar speaking to like the Romans or something.
Oh man, I'm gonna keep talking.
The
spot gonna come to my head.
Man,
I've hosted a lot of spots.
You introduced me, man, and I came up there, and I don't know why I said, especially when you're trying to rap. I'm like, man, I see it's a lot of TSU PV people in here. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, fam. You only accept a certain amount of students. Now, why would you say that before you trying to like?
Oh, this
rap?
must have been way back.
Yeah, this was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, because I'm thinking a high stage.
Yeah.
And then if PV and TSU was there and I was involved, it had to be at least 12 years ago.
Man, hey, they all but you know how bad you gotta be to not get support from a poetry crowd? Like they to not get a snap, not even get none of this. Like they just like basically I felt like, man, I felt like I was up there naked. And I was like, you know what?
Houston like that though.
Yeah.
Houston's like that. Houston's like that, man. I've seen some poets get the cold shoulder. But you was trying to rap.
Mm-hmm.
And you went straight to the FAMU thing.
And then, look, you whispered in my ear, like, after that, like, it was embarrassed. You was like, dog, why don't you just go to rap shows? I was like, man, that's actually a good idea, man.
Man, but see, the thing is, I must have not really been paying attention because you'd have said, yeah, sorry, fam, you only take a certain amount of students. Being a TSU person, I'd have been like, yeah, because they give out a large amount of venereal diseases, though. They give a lot of, they may not accept a lot, but they give out. Hey, man, because if you went to FAMU, first of all, I'm gonna just say this: if your daughter went to FAMU, that's enough.
She got a great education.
That's enough. I'm gonna just say that's enough.
She got a great education.
If your daughter went to FAMU and she went to any Miami Hurricane game.
Hey, she saw a football game and got great at it.
Hey, man, FAMU was known in the college world. In the college world, yeah, it's been known. That's not the school you want your daughter to go to.
Man, well, you act like TSU was just a boarding school for nuns, man.
No, we're not saying it was a boarding school for nuns, but our what I would say is our discretion. We discreet with our thing because don't nobody live on campus like that. Everybody lives in the city. So basically, you don't know there's a whole apartment full of hoeing going on. Oh yeah, Greystone. My bad.
No. Hey, speak freely, man. It's a speak freely podcast.
But we where we at now ain't really just no bed of nuns either.
It don't exist.
I didn't. I used to stomp through this little campus and go
stomp the yard.
Like come through there like a cue.
Yeah.
Come through here and stomp the
Hey.
whole yard down.
Nah, I feel you on that, man. Hey, I was looking through your story, man. Yeah, it's a hell of a place to discover comedy at is jail. Because I'm thinking like, I mean, if I'm in jail, I'm thinking, I'm gonna like have to be in there brawling or something like that. I wouldn't think that comedy would be like, I might come out of jail rapping. I might come out of jail, a jail lawyer. But how does comedy, come from your story? Like, how do you go? First off, what you doing 19 with 5 bricks, man? That's like that. You was what you went to high school with El Chapo?
That wasn't the first time. That was just the time I got caught. Those are the times that I don't really relish on those times. 'Cause those times I was poisoning my community, and I'm not saying I was poisoning unconsciously. I was a conscious person then. I tell when I go talk to kids, I tell kids I'm not influenced by music like y'all. And my generation really wasn't influenced by music like that. You had a little core pocket of people who got turned when NWA came out. But my drug dealing in my bad life, I was negative when rap was positive. So that's the thing. I'm talking about. I'm not a DMC fan because of the song My Adidas.
Yeah.
I'm a DMC fan because of the song I'm Proud to Be Black.
Yeah.
But yet and still, I got navigated into a very disruptive way of life. Coming up, my mama made a couple bad mistakes.
Yeah.
You can't blame her. A lot of Southwest apartments look like good apartments.
Yeah.
When you come from somewhere, they look like good apartments. They're like, oh, this is a good area.
Mm-hmm.
But the tenants, see, the tenants are different than the outskirts of the apartment. Man, Hillcroft Square looked like a good place to live at first, and then Brown Forest was a good place to live. Paul Revere. I went to Paul Revere Middle School.
Okay.
That's a good area. This is before the Beltway was built, but it was still a dude over there named Willie who told me, I had to hustle. And I'm like, for what? My mama had a job.
Yeah.
But I had lived with my pops for a couple of years, and my pops had no sense of what fathers are cheap, man. I'm just gonna put it like that. I'm just gonna
who you telling?
I'm just gonna just say it like that. Them 50s, 60s fathers. Cause I was born in 1973, so I'm an actual 80s baby. I was 10 in 1983. So this is when you spreading your wings at 10. But my dad didn't care nothing about my wing spreadage. He was trying to stifle my growth. Who the hell buys somebody shoes in the grocery store, man? Like, you just on aisle 6, you see some shoes, and that's what you want to grab for your man? That's what you feel like.
Yeah.
So my mama, she loved me, but, she could only give me so much. She had 2 kids. And she working and whatnot. My mama bought me a pair of topsiders. I remember them shoes, but I couldn't take them on my daddy's house. So my daddy bought me some shoes that looked like topsiders. They look just like topsiders. But let me tell you how you know they're not topsiders. You can actually play basketball in topsiders.
Yeah.
Because the sole of the shoe is going to stay attached to the leather.
Yeah.
But whatever these were, at your finest Fiesta Mart, say, man, you ever had shoes that was tied together? See, this was before Ross even came out. See, Ross, you can find something popping at Ross if you really look.
Hey, you can find some jewels in Ross.
Yeah, but in the shoes tied together. But this is before Ross was out. This is like my daddy was wrong, man.
Nah.
And so the people, they used to tease me about my little gear. So I got in them streets.
Man, being teased about gear has created more dope boys than anything in America. Man, forget economic. Being teased about gear has created more Big Meeches than any rapper, than any, like, dope boys are created by 3rd grade bullies, man. Like,
I don't think that being broke make you, because as a kid, you don't know that you broke.
Yeah.
But I could withstand, me walking through the hood with a jar of sugar. Everybody knew what that was.
Yeah.
Everybody knew. I've been a part of the bartering system and dropping off things for a long time. My mama don't realize that all these things make you a drug dealer. When you got a barter for hey, you send a cup of sugar. You know, we got some rice.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't tease me. Black Larry was his name. Boy, y'all broke, boy, you bought that sugar again. First of all, boy, we would have rice if your mama wouldn't have borrowed some rice from my mama 2 days ago. That's first of all, Black Larry, like you rich or something. You stay in the same apartment we stay in.
Yeah.
See, that was the norm. But when you move, when you go to school and everybody don't stay where you stay,
boy, that's school.
Woo!
That's cool. Hey, John Lucas III. I'm talking about, look, I'm at a basketball game. I had on my little baby herringbone. I worked, man, that's probably the only thing I ever saved up to buy with my own money. Like, it wasn't no Christmas gift. It wasn't nothing. It was I had my own little herringbone. And it looked good. Like, as long as you ain't touch it, it looked like the heavy herringbone. John Lucas III walked up. He said, look how hollow this shit is. But it was so embarrassing to have something that wasn't up to standard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but see, what was the standard? This is the thing that I try to explain to these kids now. And I wish somebody would explain it to me. We was all broke. None of this was our money.
Yeah.
This is our mama's money. We had nothing. John Lucas had nothing neither.
Yeah.
If he was in high school, he had nothing.
Yeah.
If his mama, if she would have lost her job the same exact day he was teasing you.
Yeah.
He would have snatched that herringbone and pawned it for whatever he could have got for it.
Nah, that's real, man.
We ain't had no money, man.
That's real. Let me ask you this. How do you start working jokes? Like, okay, first off, you're 19, you get 6 years. So
no, I got 15 years.
Oh, you get 15?
Yeah, I did 6 on a 15.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow. So what is like getting accustomed to prison like, you know, like just in general?
Nobody get accustomed to prison.
I saw that Mexican got boots on. I was like, is that based in something that happened or
That's a true story. Everything I've ever done about prison is true story. I don't make up things about prison.
Okay.
I leave that for these other clowns who out there.
You would be, I guess I would call that in my outside looking in, I would call that like a comedic purist. Like you like Jay-Z, like everything you say is rooted in something that really happened.
Yeah. They in Comedy Central, they did a whole fact check on it. They pulled a whole transcript. We visited prisons that I was at, you know, so they know what it was like for me being in there. So it wasn't no game with me. You know, I lead that, man, I'm telling you, I literally lead the fake nonsense for all these other cats.
Man,
who say things that are impossible.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even make sense. That's why I always drop names. I always drop names so they can double check and cross reference with the people, the places, the officers. You know if the officers work there or not, if what year it was, the layout of the place. Because I give a very descriptive story.
That's real. I love my comedians and my rappers nonfiction based. It just hit home more when it's rooted in that, man. But like, when do you make the transition from realizing that, like, okay, I got a sense of humor, I'm a witty dude, you know what I'm saying, to like, I have a gift that can open up doors for me?
When you make a dude laugh that has absolutely, he told you, he said, man, I'm gonna end up killing you before you make me laugh. He said, man, I got 2 licenses. I ain't got nothing here to laugh about. I don't want to play with you, youngster. And I made it my goal to make that man laugh before I left that unit. I made it my goal. Like, I did a lot of ridiculous things just to try to make him laugh. And it took something very simple, which taught me simplicity is very, very humorous. And so I explain to people a lot because I don't want people to think that it's some sort of comedy program in prison, or it's a stage, or it's some setup for you to explain. This was solely, if anybody has ever seen me in the barbershop, this is just like me being in the barbershop talking.
Okay.
You know, it's like, and I explained it. I like to end about like this because it's the simplest way to explain it. It's like this: do you have friends that's funny, that's jovial?
Yeah.
Are they comics or are they just funny dudes?
They not comics, so they're just funny dudes.
They just funny dudes.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who can take that ability and do that everywhere, that's different. I wasn't setting out to be a comic. I'm just in incarceration. I'm just a funny dude that happened to be sarcastically funny. Like I'm like my sarcasm was so different from other people. Like especially my opening line every day was, I don't know what y'all mad for. Ain't nobody going home today. And I never thought it was funny. That just was I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And dudes was like, yo, man, that's probably the funniest shit I ever heard since I've been here. I'm like, what?
Man.
And he was like, man, the day, because I remember the day you said it was Saturday. You walked out and said, hey, what y'all mad for? Ain't nobody going home today. And then dude like, how you know? He said, nigga, don't nobody go home on Saturday. He said, so that's just, am I being a comic or I'm just being who I naturally am?
Well, how do you balance? Okay, if you in jail, you starting off around. That's a hell of a crowd to start in front of. And here's the problem. One of the challenges I've learned, especially in Houston, because Houston is a very prideful city, you know. And so it's like I done had homos I done had to go fisticuff with because I was coming to Houston from New Orleans, where like New Orleans ranking is hard. You know, we start off conversations with disses. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck you just calling me for nut ass. Man, yo, dumb. So it was like, but I realized like here I had some homies that like, damn, I thought it was just fun and games. We were just, you know, shooting the shits. And, you know, shooting the shits turned and you didn't swung at me. You know what I'm saying? So how did you like balance that comedy with like, you know, you're around felons and murderers and kill, like, how do you, you know what I'm saying, joke without getting somebody mad where they want to go blows, you know?
That's the thing. I was one of the felons. I was one of the drug dealers, murderers, and killers that happened to be funny.
Okay.
It's like I was on an interview one time and a bunch of white guys. I was in DC and I was on the show. And he kept asking me these stereotypical questions. Like, you know, did you become funny to protect yourself? And I know me. I know my attitude. I know how I'm built. And I know I turned pretty cold. I was like, so where that question come from? This how it turned, just like, so where that question come from? He's like, I'm just, you know, him and they some guys who went to school together and all that. He was like, well, we just saying that. I said, but what are you saying though? Are you quoting to me some stereotypical shit that you heard in a movie? I said, because let me tell you what this corny shit what you talking about is based from. Richard Pryor, quote unquote, was in prison to be funny to keep people off his ass, right? That's where you getting it from. Which was a line that was in House Party. Because I know everything about Richard Pryor. When the fuck was he ever in prison?
Okay. To
make people laugh, to keep him off his ass. And what make you think that would work? And another question is, if I was sitting here 6'7", would you ask me that same nut ass question? And I say, because let me tell you something. I was a very vulnerable opponent in the street and in prison. I say, because what you don't know is what you're dealing with. I'm probably the most dangerous person in this room. Why you asking me this nut shit?
Yeah.
So you ask some other clown, did they use comedy to protect themselves? I don't need shit to protect myself. I say, because in prison, there's 3 things that's in there. Lambs, wolves, and lions. And I was amongst the kings of the jungle.
Wow. Okay.
I say, never been no wolf. Wolf runs in packs. So when you get separated from your pack, you can become a lamb. I say the only way for me not to be a lion, you got to rip my mane off, my claws, take out my teeth, cut my tail off, and take my heart out.
That's a good word right there.
And the man was like, well, everything we're asking you seem very defensive. I said, because you keep asking me nut questions.
Damn, you like the Beanie Siegel of comedy, though. You like
No, I'm saying, but the thing is, and then I left that interview and went to an interview with this black dude and had a jovial interview because he didn't ask me no nut shit.
Yeah, now I do feel like, man, you know what? I very rarely, I'm past my online arguing days. I had to write a journalist today in the New York Post. A girl wrote an article, Sean Carter's scholarship can barely cover books. And I tweeted her, I said, that article you wrote today was hot garbage and straight trash and irresponsible journalism. Do better. Because it's like, there's something about that energy. Like, it's like they, and I hate using the they word, but it's like they like to look at us like, can we pick something apart? Can we do this? Even with the thing, the Kevin Hart, apology thing, I believe this, one apology per offense. You know what I'm saying? I haven't studied the story. I don't know the logistics behind it, but it's something really strange about how journalists, particular journalists that aren't us, like to get off on like either spotting out a weakness in us, finding something in our past to make us explain for. It's like they enjoy finding a chink in our armor, and it's almost like a fetish, and I honestly don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the philosophy of debunking. See, they, which for lack of better terms, those of a different hue, have always practiced the art of debunking our scholars and what we think. So they always have this thing like, that's not true. With this underlying, like you can't be that good. It can't, like Sean Carter's scholarship can barely afford to cover books. Well, the scholarship that I was gonna create for TSU, my shit was gonna just in the middle of the year just to keep your ass going. So $500 in the middle of the semester, I don't give a damn what it cover. You didn't have it before, college student.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So this is somebody spending money. This is ungrateful ass. So this is how I see it. I'm like, this is somebody that created something that ain't gotta do shit for you. And so most people who are part of giving back want to predetermine what you give. Nigga, giving back is what you can stand.
Yeah.
This is because see that preacher mentality of you give until it hurt, motherfucker. You got me confused. That's some dumb shit. So I'm supposed to give and then go home to a dark apartment.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm saying that's some idiot shit. That's once again some nut shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just not about no nut shit, man. I never have been.
Nah. Hey, do you follow Gillian Wallow? Like
nah.
Okay.
I know I've heard of Gil and all that. No, he did something, flew some fans out, and one of them was a dude from Houston, H-Town Jig, and I called H-Town Jig. I said, don't you ever take no other man's dinner, nigga, when you can go when I can give you dinner right here. I was like, I be on some nut shit sometimes too, though.
Yeah, nah, he was the first, man. I got a homeboy from Philly, man. He was a previous guest too. Shout out to Sean Fallon. But he was the first person, I ain't gonna say they've created, but he was the first one I heard use the nut shit term so regularly. Like, so I use nut a lot. I call my homeboy, man, y'all some nut ass niggas. So I just haven't came across a fellow Houstonian who just used nut shit so frequently.
Nah, man, that's I've been probably saying that since I was like a kid.
Oh, it's a great word, dog. I accuse about 5 homies a day of being nut ass.
Nah, because that's my grandmother. Like, oh, so you on some nut shit? My grandma was like, you a nut, you just a nut. Like, and then it was an affectionate term when it first started when I was a kid. Oh, he's a nut. But then as I got older, like I got a real close partner from Philly, South Philly, my man Papa Doc on the Reggae Bodega on Alameda.
Okay.
right down the spot, right across the way from where you was at when I saw you.
Okay.
The
Turkey leg.
the coil colored building right next to Reggae Hut.
Okay, all right,
the
cool.
Reggae Bodega. That's where I get all my soaps and incense and everything from. Doc, this is Doc be thinking I be on some nut shit. I called Doc one time. I'm in Philly performing at the Punchline. I'm getting ready to go back. Doing this tour, and I called him like, "Yo, Doc, I gotta go to Juma while I'm out here. Where should I go?" He said, "Where you at?" I say, "Right now, I'm in the Badlands." And he said, he started whispering on the phone like somebody could hear. He was like, "What are you doing in the Badlands?" I was like, I'm out here trying to find some place to go pray. He's like, "Get your ass out to Badlands." Because Germantown, the Badlands is like a bad area in Philly. Like a real bad area in Philly. I called my man King Dutch. So you know, while on Gilly, King Dutch is from the major figures. And
okay.
King Dutch, that's my man. And King Dutch was like, "Yo, you in the Badlands?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Yo, fam, we'll come get you. You ain't supposed to be out that way."
We gotta go get the boy, Ali. That bullshit.
Yeah, this boy right here.
Yeah, the boy. Well, that's what it is.
And then my man Chris Cotton, big shout out to Chris Cotton. He write for Comedy Central now. He from Philly. I got a couple people. My man X from Philly. I used to be all over Philly. And the worst place in the world in America. Worst place in America. I don't give a shit where you from. You can be from Gary. You can be from New Orleans. You can be from Greenspoint. I don't give a damn where you from. Worst place on the planet is still Camden. Camden, New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey. What's that basketball player? What's the dude? I used to follow this kid, DeJuan. I forgot his name, but yeah, it was a Cole Hooper who came from there. I've heard about Camden as like being, you know, what you said, never been. I
used to date this chick in Jersey.
DeJuan Wagner.
I used to date this chick in Jersey, and I had thousands of niggas in Brooklyn, all over Harlem, and everything. I'm doing a show in Camden, and everybody question was, "Nigga, why? Like, why are you in Camden?" And Camden is the only place. Like, how many people you ever seen shot in the head? Like, you know they got shot in the head. Like, you know.
I can't say that I've ever met anybody personally.
Never met a person personally. Thing, how old are you?
Wasn't Tupac shot in the head?
How old are you? No, that nigga ain't never get shot in the head.
I'm 35.
35. In your 35 years, you've never met one person shot in the head. Okay? Before I went to Camden, I was probably about 35. I knew one person that had been shot in the head. I went to Camden at my show. There were 3 people that I met that got shot in the head in Camden.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Like, they got shot in the head and they had just on baseball caps. Like it's a normal thing. Like niggas like, "Yo, nigga dome me out, but it ain't shit." Like, it's like, "Yo, wait a minute, nigga.
Dome me out.
Wait a minute, nigga. Did you just say somebody don't shot you in your head?" And then like, "Yo, my man right there got shot in the head too. What's up, Quinn? Like, what's up, boy?"
Yeah.
I met the boy in intensive care. Like, first of all, why are you 2 niggas together? Why are 2 people who've been shot in the head, nigga, at any event that I'm at? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Why somebody don't like you niggas, man?
Yeah, man. I'm coughing. I didn't even know about that recall, man. You heard, man? I don't know if you drink this, but they say, man, stay away from orange juice, man. Right now, man.
Nah, I don't mess with orange juice.
Yeah, they say OJ will kill you, man.
Unless I.
I'm sorry. I've been sitting on the joke for 3 days. I know it's trash, man. We got a guy in the office who all he tells is bad jokes, and that was like the best one he ever had.
You know something? I don't even know. I don't know, man.
I'm so sorry.
Every interview, somebody always manages to squeeze one in on me, man. And I be trying to avoid it. I be trying to really time it. And be like, you know, and it's always something that catches me off guard. I'm like, All right.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How do you flesh out a joke? Like, how do you take a joke? Because one thing I watched when I was watching your stand-up specials, man, like, because I already had seen you before, but it was just like in hosting and stuff, so I went and just really went into your work. And, like, how do you go from having a good joke to flushing that into, like, material that you could build on and build? Like, what is that process like, you know?
Man, my process is probably different from mostly everybody's in the world. Nothing really makes it into my book until it's already an actual polished story.
Okay.
I don't really have a lot of jokes. I just have a lot of jovial stories. So I paint a different picture. Like some cats write, so that's what's gonna happen at the 20-year joint. I remember because I'm gonna start like how I am now, and I'm gonna go up how, and everything, how my skill level had changed. Like I've been through a lot of different transitions of trying to find how to deliver me.
Okay.
So it's more about which style I'm gonna deliver the same material in the same story. So I can do a story and I can be very laid back and relaxed and concentrate on different points of the story. Or I can be very energetic with the same story and concentrate on the silliness of the story.
See, here's the thing, man. One of my favorite podcasters, he's locked up right now, named Taxstone. Taxstone pretty much is the podcaster who inspired me to podcast. And you have a lot of the characteristics of him. He's just a street dude, he was a street dude from Brooklyn. But what he did inside of all the talking, the whatever, all the entertainment, there was a lot of medicine in the candy. I feel like what you do, even though you're a comedian, I feel like deep down inside the comedy, there's a real message inside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a real message inside of me doing a special or you doing a special in front of prisoners who know that, hey, this is somebody who's came through. And like you even said, it's not even like you direct with it. Like I used to be there and I'm here now. And inside of your comedy, there's like a level of humanity. Like you don't really tell stories from a sense of like, I'm this, I'm that. It's like just like I'm me. There's like a level of authenticity. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of characters. There's not a lot of imitation. You're not up there talking about, whatever, and and no cap to any other comedians who do that. But I'm saying I connect with authenticity, man. Inside of your comedy, is there like a deeper message you feel like?
Always.
Okay.
Always. If people listen to what I'm saying, I'm very hidden message all the time. Like I do this story about me being on this show and this white guy saying, well, black people can't talk. And all these black people got up in the roar. And I was like, wait a minute. Say, white man, you are correct. Black people cannot talk. This is not our original language. This is a folk tongue language. We really didn't come over here speaking. You didn't let us read for hundreds of years. Didn't let us talk. So you learn how to speak just like children. You learn how to speak from things that you hear. So the fact that we didn't speak this language, we had to learn it from somewhere. So we learned from our captives. So all this backwoods talking, mammy, pappy, using things grammatically wrong, came from y'all. So y'all should be ashamed that you didn't teach your captive how to speak better, white man. And he's like, it's like this lady. I just tell stories that people. I said, like, man, I have 6 girls. I have 6 daughters. This lady yelled out, you must have been hard on the ladies for God to curse you like that. And I said, oh wow. I said, I didn't think women thought of themselves as curses. I said, I thought that the Creator took very, very good care of me. And I was an upstanding person or something, that he gave me so many people to take care of me in my old age if I got sick or something. Not like giving you a bunch of sons or something, because sons going to, do their thing, go off with their father, but daughters going to make sure their father going to get taken care of. He was the father to him. Because, hey, look, my father's coming to live with us, and you have nothing to say about it if you want some ass. So it's just and I do the stories a little different than that, but it's just the fact that if people listen to what I'm saying, it's a lot. Even the albums, the titles of the albums, people is a saying. People say talking loud, saying nothing. So I titled my album "Talking Loud, Saying Something." Then the next album after that was "Freedom of Speech."
Okay. After
that was "Enjoy Your Life." Then after that, "Damaged Goods." And every album has a message to it. Every album is from a different place, and it took me a while to put out the first one. After the first one came out, then it's like books. They just started flowing because I'm mostly a speech writer.
Okay.
People don't know that. I used to just write speeches when I was in prison. Like when I go talk to kids, I write out my speech of my points. And in my talking, I'm gonna just be who I am. I don't have to remember a lot of material.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling the truth. So it's not I would have to remember jokes. I don't ever have to remember my actual material.
Let me ask you this: how you handle hecklers?
Oh, smash them! I it depends on what I feel like doing. I've handled hecklers several different ways, and in the course of 20 years, I've only put out maybe 8 people. I put 8 people out of a show because they wasn't heckling. They were being rude to the show and the rest of the consumers that were there that came to see me.
Okay.
Now, I've handled it. I've been through several. Tampa, Florida. Lady, whole family there. She won't be quiet. They put out. The mama, sympathize with me. I tell them to bring them back in. So the show going well. She talking again. Mama say something. Now they come and they put the whole family out, but one family member.
Okay.
They wasn't saying nothing. Family member like, shit, I paid my money. I came to see you. And that man sitting there and watched that show. His wife was outside. His sister was outside. It's like his brother-in-law, that man didn't give 2 shits about that. That man can't see the show. He said, hey, shouldn't have been talking. And he said, you gave him a chance. You brought the little heifer back in here. I'd let her fuck her ass outside. Yeah. I said, so then I'm recording a special and this lady wouldn't stop talking. And I say, hey, ma'am, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do 3 jokes. I'm going to do 3 stories. And then I'm going to look at you. That's going to be your time to talk. Yeah. That's going to be your time to talk. Because I know people like you. There's a lot of people who had this disease. You know what I'm saying? You got a disease where you got to talk. You cannot be quiet. You the type of person that'll go to a silent movie and read out loud. And killed that lady with that one. And I've destroyed people very subtly. And then sometimes I just go in on some straight buffoonery, just pulling nonsense shit out the air, just killing somebody. Like dude talking, hey man, come on dog. What you not gonna do is keep pushing that aroma that's coming out the bowels of your stomach, that's seeping out your throat towards me. Stop talking to me, man. Unless you gonna gargle or something. Man, there you go again with all this goddamn fume. Everybody leave. Everybody get out because he trying to gas man shit out of everybody. And it's like, yo, I've said some ignorant shit.
Man, wow, but it's like, man, comedy is such an art, man, because even in what you describing, it's like a heckler already shows their intent. You taking their intent and setting a trap that based on, like, you're giving them rope to hang themselves, basically.
Man, as soon as you, now, this is the thing I hate, though. And somebody asked me what I hate in comedy. Ali, what do you hate? I'm acting like it's your question.
Yeah.
You asked me, what is the most irritating thing? You can edit it how you want to.
No,
What
go
is
ahead.
the most irritating thing in comedy? I'm gonna wait. Go ahead.
Man, what is the most irritating thing in comedy?
Bachelorette parties and birthday parties. I hate everybody who want to celebrate their goddamn bachelorette party at a comedy club and everybody who want to celebrate their birthday at a comedy club who think that it's about them. It's not. It is not about you. White girls, stop coming to the comedy club with penises all around, a penis necklace on, and all around your face in a penis cup, heifer. Stop. And you never notice this? Them heifers don't never have no black penises on none of them necklaces.
Man,
It always be white penises and pink penises. It don't never be no black penis with no veins. If they don't sell that type of, that's something. Black women don't even have them. But see, black women don't. When they get married, they don't get penises.
Yeah.
They just. Black women get real strippers if they funkin' nasty ass and go to a hotel and be trifling and you don't know that your wife had some Lou Ferrigno meat all on her face. some
TQ and shit.
Yeah, some one of these porno star niggas.
She done had Rico Strong.
all next to her face.
Yeah,
like she I ain't gonna suck it. Like, boy, if men knew what black women did at bachelorette parties, half y'all wouldn't be married.
I don't want to know.
if you ever find that tape, don't you put that tape in that VCR? Don't you do it?
Man.
Don't you go to that shed and get that VCR that you've been watching your old porn on? Don't you go get that
feeling I mean, like, do comedians have group? Like, I don't know, like, do women come to a comedy show and be like, man, yo, so-and-so in town, I want to leave with him? Like, I know from touring,
in your 35 years of experience with women, name the top 5 things the women say they want their man.
Pretty much they all want to have some fun or have a guy make them laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like I say,
that's your own question.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. I'm in every woman's top 3.
Yeah. They all want to laugh.
Tall, money, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got 2 of the 3.
But I'm saying, but that comedy, I want. Okay, I think about that.
Funny
that R&B, and I wish I never met her. I'm thinking that's like they already hanging off. Like take them.
Plumber got broads.
The funny plumber got broads. Okay, the funny plumber got broads. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, is it as obvious, but for like a comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I done seen some ratchet shit on comedy. I done seen a woman at a comedy show must have enjoyed my man so much. We was in Denver. She went in the green room, sucked him up in the green room while her husband not enjoying the show. She went back out and sat down like she was at the restroom. That's how funny can do.
Shout out to comedy, and shout out to Green, and shout out to women who enjoy it. I mean, this is a judgment-free zone, but wow, okay, that's interesting, man. That's
yeah, I've seen it. It wasn't me, but I've seen it happen.
Man, okay, so let's talk about what you got coming up, which I'll be in attendance, man. That's going to be it's not on my birthday, but I'll already be in birthday mode. My birthday the 21st, but December 19th, you'll be at the Improv.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be doing, well, I'll be including myself in there, we'll be doing, like I'm you'll be doing, explain the special and the whole concept behind it, man. What'll be going on?
Man, I'm just doing a show, man. This is not my special. This is me, what I do to get prepped for specials, because this won't be the special. The special, I'm always a catalyst of this, which this shit don't even work no more, man. I don't think it ever worked. I do a lot of different material, and on each venture, I do probably a different hour and a half.
Okay.
And when I'm getting ready for a special, I do multiple hours, and then I just take the best 15 minutes out of each hour and put it together.
Okay.
Because that is probably that's the continuity. Because I can't do in an hour and a half. I can't do everything that's on my mind.
Okay.
In that short span of time.
Oh, do you come out? Do you know what you about to work, or is it kind of like a ebb and flow? Okay, I'm gonna go this way with it.
I know what I want to say, but I don't know if I'm going to get there.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's why people come see me. I have a different show. I have a different hour for every, like, say if you came to see me at 7 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and then you came back to a 9:30 show.
Mm-hmm.
If you recorded the 7 o'clock show, and then you came to the 9:30 show, there's 2 different shows.
Oh wow, you doing hardcore comedy? That's old school.
With the core 15 to 20 minutes that I actually am working.
Okay.
But everything else that's around it, how I get there, because nothing is complete until it's in that book.
Okay.
And so that's when it's on a special, on an album, and then it's sealed. It's done. I'm not working on it no more.
So how do you judge what work just strictly by fan interaction, or like how do you?
It's about me.
Just if it just felt right.
Because I do this story that my agent and my manager keep telling me too slow for a special. And because they say most people don't watch more than 7 minutes of a Netflix special.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Just think about how many Netflix specials you can watch all the way through.
Normally, if I hit play, I don't watch a lot of them, but if I hit play, I'm going to let it rock unless it's trash.
Because you don't watch a lot of them, and you going to let it rock unless it's trash. But how many of the ones you didn't hit play that's been trash that you didn't let rock?
Man, I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of the non-melanated ones, they couldn't keep my attention, man. You know.
And then I can name some melanated ones that I clicked on just for support. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm talking about the whole time. My face is like, until I real live can't take the shit no more. Well, I'm like, no, and it takes a lot for me to watch anybody do stand up. That shit's the most boring shit in the world to me.
I think it's the hardest discipline. I mean, the hardest art form to learn. Like, how long do you think? I've heard people say. I think Joe Rogan says it takes 15 years to even be a average. You know, to even before you can even be good at it. Like
Joe Rogan's white.
Yeah, true that. She is, and he's not really funny to me, but he is very
informational.
I like the way that
intriguing.
It's not even really intriguing. He has like a level of he's a good moderator, basically. You know what I'm saying? If anything, like I don't consider I don't think if Joe Rogan was in town doing a stand-up special, I'd be like, yo, I gotta go check it out. But if Joe Rogan had a 4-hour podcast with you, I probably would let it rock. I'd let it rock at 8, and I'd be like, I'm gonna play this and have it going while I do whatever I do for the rest of the night and here. Because he does bring out interesting conversation. I don't see where the comedian, I mean, not to say he isn't funny, I just never have seen him tell a joke that I thought was, I never watched him tell a joke. So
I think I'm a little different when it comes to stand up. I'm so, and I'm saying this, and I'm probably saying this for the first time ever on a platform where people will record it, be saying, I'm so fucking good, man, at what I do. Like, that's the first time I ever said it. I am very good at what I do. Like, I've been very humble and meek about saying it, but as I go back over, I'm getting ready to do this 20-year thing, and I got to go back over the material. I'm like, God damn, I don't even do that no more. Like, and I'm thinking of like the shit that I got out there. I'm like, yo, man, most of my stuff is better than damn near everybody. Like, I don't see a comic that I couldn't follow, or I'm not intimidated by it's like not one comic out there that I think that's better than me. I can't even think of one. Like, I tried the other day. I sat down for 2 hours trying to write on the paper, who do I think is 100% flat out better than me? I came up with not one single goddamn person, dead or alive.
Man, the thing about it is, man, I think you, man, I feel that, man. I feel like, and I feel any artist feeling like, because we live in this society right now where it's like we got this faux humility, where it's like, where we we can't just stand out on an island and feel like, hey, I'm great at what I do. You gotta kind of be like, hey, I'm appreciative to be here. I'm not comparing myself to no one else. I like when artists stand on an island and say I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? Or there's no one who does what I do.
Because
So.
I'm like if you like Chappelle, cool, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
Do I think he better than me? Shit, no.
But what are you supposed to say? Like, I don't want you to be as a comedian as anything. I'm not trying to buy tickets from somebody who feels like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good, but so and so is better than me.
But I'm actually being honest about it. Like, I could see somebody saying, like, some other character saying, "Ain't nobody out there better than me," and I'd be like, you better not be doing it. Who you mentioning? Am I excluded? Because if you fucking talking to me, let's do it.
Oh, I like that.
So, but
like
if somebody say that to me, somebody call me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with who?
See, boy, you
like who?
Comedian after my own heart. See, I love that smoke.
I'm literally like, you funnier than me. Where?
Okay.
Like you got one gear. I meet you on your level, but can you come to mine? I come to some fucking catfish fry place and do some fucking low level, low hanging fruit, corny coon shit with you and destroy you at that shit.
Yeah.
But if I come to a clean venue, you can't come there.
Mm-hmm.
And do some clean, interesting. Nigga, in my mind, I'd be like, how? Like, what the fuck do you have? Like, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, look at me, man. Lay out what you have that's even in the realm of what I do. I say pick a nationality.
Talk that shit, man.
If you pick a nationality, I destroy you in front of your own. I destroy you. Let me tell you why. Let me give you an example why. Bobby Lee has a certain fan base.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a comic.
Okay.
Was on Mad TV.
Okay.
Chinese dude. Has a certain fan base. I was hosting for Bobby Lee in front of his audience. Destroying that shit every night. So you have Maz Jobrani.
Okay.
Has his own audience. All Persians. I'm coming out 6 shows every night, destroying this shit. To where he was like, yo, this motherfucker funny, man. Y'all, it's undeniable how fucking funny he is. That he's relating to, it's not a black person in the audience, not one. DL, first time he ever took me in there was Austin. The only black people that was in the whole audience was his manager, my homeboy, and that was it. It was 4 black people in the building for the entire weekend.
Damn.
Did my comedy waver? No. State to state, city to city. Whether it's Wyoming, whether it's Kentucky, whether I'm headlining, I'm doing 3 and 4 hours in front of people who spitting tobacco the whole time. I'm the only black person that the Tea Party requested to do a fucking show in front of the Tea Party. I came out
shit fact.
opening joke. Hey, what do y'all want? We want government. All right. Ran by the people. All right. Okay. What people though? What fucking people? not just ran by the people. What goddamn people? This man said, white people. I say thank you for your honesty because the rest of y'all full of shit.
It was over with then. They probably was laughing. You had them won.
Dude said, the dude who came out before me, this is how ballsy I am. The dude who came out before me said, hey, you want to hear a bad joke? They was like, yeah, Barack Obama. Motherfuckers dying. I come out. Hey, y'all want to hear the the worst joke of all time? Bush. 2 times.
You said it like that? Bush.
2 times. I don't.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'm not cocky, but I'm confident.
No, I feel that, man.
And I've been in a lot of trenches. So, and I've opened and performed with a lot of people. Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Bill Burr. Redhead, white, great boy. From Philly. I mean, from Boston. He's doing it, getting ready for a special.
Those are some funny white boys. Boston white boys might be the funniest white boys in America.
Yeah. He said, man, I need somebody that's gonna come and tear this motherfucking audience up in front of me. We at the Paramount in Austin. He picked me. I came out, I do 30 minutes. Whatever the Paramount hold, it may be like 3,000, 5,000, something like that. 3,000, I think it's 3,000. I'm the only black person there.
Mm-hmm.
Not only black person in the bed, I'm the only black person there.
Wow.
Period. Ain't nobody black working. Ain't no, oh, he need black references. No. I have the ability to make people come to me. Because I walk out, I sit down in the chair, and sometimes I scoot it up, sometimes I don't do shit to it. And I'm like, hey. And I start from there. And I say some of the ballsiest shit in front of some of the people. And I purposely turn the audience against me, put myself in a hole just to show them how fucking funny I am to put you back on my side.
Damn.
I turn you against me all during the course. I just think of some of the shit I say, man. Mass shootings. Yo, mass shootings. Ali, what you think about that shit? You can totally blame mass shootings on white women and white fathers. Totally. This ain't fault. You ask anybody, this ain't fault. What? I say, well, when you go to school for psychology, you listen to the person who's talking. You don't listen to everybody else. Fuck the news. I'm listening to the person who say why he shot up the place. He said he was ostracized. No one wanted to play with him. He was made to be seen. He was made to be invisible. No one saw him. I say, so who do you think that he wants to see him? Me? You think he want me to see him? No. He want young white girls to see him. Because mass majority of mass shooters are white. He want young white. I say, so white girls, if you want to stop mass shooting, why don't you just speak? When you see one of these little weird ass white boys, just speak. Hey, Timmy, I see you. Don't kill everybody. Like, that's it. White fathers, you keep telling your white sons that everything gonna be okay. Everybody gonna play with them. Everything. I said, it's really not like that. I said, no black man in America can come, in the world, can come and tell his black mama, nobody wants to play with him. just try it. Hey, mama, nobody wants to play with me. Same response all over the world. I don't even know your mama. Same thing my mama would have said. Fuck them. Fuck them kids. Play by your goddamn self. I say that's why every black man in the world has played hot ball by his goddamn self. You did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and high five imaginary people thousands of times. Had
a whole conversation with yourself.
The whole conversation with yourself. Yeah. So on no mushrooms.
Yeah. Man, let me ask you this, man. In lieu of like, all right, Kevin Hart having to apologize about something 10 years ago.
I wouldn't apologize about a motherfucking thing. K Hart, you wrong for apologizing, boy, but I understand.
But like, have you had to, in this Me Too PC world, have you had to like...
I fired everybody as soon as shit happened. Soon as the Me Too movie came out, I fired every woman that was working for me. I fired to get y'all ass out of here. I only want swinging meat around me because, however they gonna take it, it got to swing. The ball and the cane, 2-ball cane, whatever it is. One of the Mason references. 2-ball cane. Man. Hey, what you gotta have is a stick and some balls, boy, to work for me. All that Me Too movement has shut women down. Man, I had a female publicist, fired. I had a female assistant, fired. Damn near fired my mama, fired. fired. Y'all get y'all ass out of here. See, what you're not gonna do is fuck around and get influenced and say, I touched you because I bumped into you in the hallway. Get your ass out. Fired.
Damn, God.
Damn, they fired my daughter. Fired. Get your ass around here. You too. You too, me too.
Hey, like you know, Russell Simmons got the best anti. Russell Simmons said, "Not me." They hit Russell with some.
Russell been fucking with them.
Russell said, "Not me." Russell brazy, dog.
Russell been yogaing them girls for a long time. This thing, Kamara was about what 16, 17 when he met the girl.
Nah, man.
That boy be consummating.
Man, hey, man.
I'm still mad about that Bill shit though. But anyway.
Man, Bill, man, boy. So,
yeah, but the Me Too movement, man, in that,
does it affect your comedy though? Does it affect like what you touch on? Like,
nah,
can you?
Nah, it ain't touching me like that. But I know something happened to me, in the Me Too movement. This fucking idiot waited till my special came out and put some corny shit up about me saying something to his wife. I was like, are you fucking losing your mind? I said, one thing, you sound stupid because everybody who know me know I haven't approached a woman since 14 years old. So I was 14 years old. I was at a skating rink. This girl, I walked across and asked this girl to dance. She told me, boy, get your little ugly ass out of my face. So I've been cool on approaching them for, for quite some time. I just deal with who around me. Like, you gotta show a lot of it. I'm really not that confident when it comes to talking to women. Like, I don't make no advance. Like, you could lay in the bed with me naked and you safe to the motherfucker. I just think that's how you want to sleep. Yeah. I'm not touching nothing. You damn near gotta rape me. It's not happening with me like that. I don't know, man. I think the most confident, like people like, you a comic, so you confident. No, not so much. Not with that other. I'm real awkward with that other. Yeah. That other, because they be on some other shit, man. And I don't like somebody handling me. Yeah. So because it can go emotional and it can be some type of handling. I don't like, you walk up to a table. You well dressed, whatever, got your shit together. You walk up to the table of women. You gonna always pick the wrong one. You didn't know she was married. You didn't see no ring. You didn't even know. I'm in a committed relationship. You can't go to the next one like, hey, well, how you doing? Nah, nigga, you done made your choice. I didn't choose. I came over and spoke to whoever had eye contact. Men ain't like that. A woman can walk in here and, hey, what's up, brother? And he don't want none, and we both over there like, shit,
pick me.
Shit, my shirt open. You know.
But damn, that's real, dog. Look, I got a bad streak on right now, like where I always meet the girl coming out of her whole phase. Like, I'm like, God, I don't never meet them in the middle of their whole phase. Like,
you don't want to meet them in the middle of their whole phase. You trying to catch something?
Nah, man, I'm a safe man.
This thing. No, you in the middle. This is what I don't understand. Because you brothers younger than me, so this is what I don't get about you younger brothers. Why do you want a woman that's in any type of hoeing phase? Because that means multiple people. Let me tell you something. I've dealt with a woman in a whole phase when I was younger, and I'm, fucking with messing with a low thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, what, she got a diaphragm there? I reach in there, I pull out a condom.
Oh, I'm a changed man.
And I'm like, oh boy, made it back over here, huh? That's true. That's true story. That's on my kids.
Oh, dog, that is disgusting.
And so just think.
Yeah.
When you're a younger man, in your mind, you be like, I want these old that's in these whole phases. No, you really don't. And so this is when I do my little lectures, people say, you know how the saying is, I wish I knew then what I know now. Yeah. Nah, nigga, you did know. You did know. Somebody said something to your ass. Yeah. You ignore. It should be changed. I wish I didn't ignore what I was told because of the shit I know now. But that's the thing, because I was told.
That's the
Hey,
guy.
you want a good girl. You want a girl that's good, clean girl. You like, nah, I want one of these little fat, fast hoes. Yeah, that's what you wanted. Because you trying to get your meat off. But it's a lot of shit, man, you can't give back.
No, I feel you on that. And I receive them words. Let me ask you this, man, because I feel like, all right, here's the thing. I respect.
You want you a loose woman.
I respect good time Bob, but I don't want to be finding that. Like, nah, that ain't the way.
Ever since my man Preach walked into the barbershop and said this, because I go to one of them barbershops where everybody goes is a collection of talented individuals.
Yeah.
From all walks of life.
Man, your edge up still holding, man. You been blessed, man.
Preach come in with that nonsense and say, yeah, fellas, let me tell y'all something. Just in case y'all didn't know, y'all do know herpes can be external and internal. That's what you wanted to say.
That was the word for the day?
That's what you wanted to give to us, Preach.
Oh, okay.
And then in your mind, you didn't really know that them herpes could be internal. Like you can't see them. Like they inside the vagina. Like you have like it can look healthy on the outside.
Yeah,
but it's riddled with chaos.
Hey, man, boy, thank God.
Riddled with chaos on the inside.
Let me ask you this, right? With people comedy, which I feel like all art forms now have kind of like gimmicks and short codes. Like I don't like what battle rap has become, because I could never, like, we used to battle growing up, but it wasn't never this advanced where I know this and I got schemes and all this time to prepare. I feel like with comedy and with internet comedy, I don't knock the fact that some of these brothers have some funny skits. Like these skits, a lot of them are really good. But for that to be transferable to the stage, it's kind of like a cheat code, because the stage is just you and that mic. The stage don't have the don't sound effect, and it don't have the characters and the bomb drop and all that. So sometimes when I see internet comics going on tours, I don't know how I feel about that from a stand-up point of view, because I'm like, I respect, like some brothers here, I respect, they put in their work on stage and on the net. But sometimes I feel like, I don't know if that's kind of K-Roll in the drink. But, that's just my point of view, because I went to an internet comedian show, last week. I found it pretty enjoyable. But do you feel like that should be a different genre? Like, how do you feel about the crossbreeding of so-and-so is funny on Instagram, so now, it's a tour, it's a that. Do you feel like it's the same, one and the same?
No, it's not one and the same at all, man. First of all, it's disrespectful that anybody can acquire the title of comedian without any type of proof. Like, if you start dancing and running, if you can run into a door on Instagram and you get 1 million viewers, you just run into every day you run into a different door. Every day you run into a different door. Eventually 1 million people are gonna follow you.
Yeah.
Because, so to speak, if I just dance and I kick at a door and people say I'm a comedian, but they never post any of my stand-up, or you take a song I bet you won't, and you just run into places and you just dance, and they say,
now we love famous over here, man.
And they
famous.
And they say you're a comedian.
Okay, I feel you though.
But he's not a comedian.
I don't look at him as a comedian.
But that's the title that they put him up under.
Okay, I feel you.
Anybody that somebody deemed as saying something, whatever, but they don't give us a. So Fable and Billy Crystal the same?
Fable, Billy. No,
Ha Davis and Richard Pryor the same?
Man,
Country Wayne and Red Fox are the same?
Yeah, I will. Only disclaimer: I did.
Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy are the same as these internet people. They the same?
No, Because well, here's the fundamental difference I see.
So the nigga that's in the D League can say he played for the NBA?
I think the thing about it I think is tricky and makes it confusing is the order has changed. Like it used to be you put in work, well, at least as a fan perspective, it seemed like Martin, all them, they earned their title in front of that mic one deep, and then they did skits. Then they did roles and characters.
No,
But
Mike, that nigga ain't do no skit.
no, I'm saying they earned it during.
No, I'm saying Martin Lawrence never done no goddamn skit.
Well, I'm considering his show skit.
No, that's fucked up.
Okay, well then, all right, correct me then.
That's fucked up. For somebody to think that what Martin did on a television network was a skit, the same equivalent to what these motherfuckers do on the internet, that's insane.
Okay.
That's the fucking mindset that's insane. That the well-crafted out and the place that it even came from was different. You know, do people even know why he even opened up with a different character? Because he was pissed because they didn't pick him for a living color. So he was showing them how dope he was through that.
Damn, I didn't even know. Yeah. And he had, but you don't think, all right, let's just.
So it is in living color sketch work. That shit is different from what they doing on the internet. And it's the thing is that they lump all that shit together as if it's the same.
But 35-year-old Martin Lawrence in 2018, you don't think Shanae would have been on Instagram? You don't think, not maybe, I hate, don't, let me not use the woman shit, but you don't think Jerome would have been a character on Instagram? You don't think they would have tried, you don't think Richard Pryor would have tried to use these platforms in this era? I mean.
But that's a crazy way to even make sense. It wasn't available in our era. That's like Bill Cosby sold 8 million albums with no fucking marketing. You can't say it's the same.
Okay.
Because what he did some great shit without this easy shit.
I feel you on that.
Because see, social media is some shit that you can get follows because somebody want to be cool.
Yeah.
But it's no thought pattern behind it. Oh, boom, that's it. But this is like I did a post. I didn't even post it yet. 30,000 followers. And I know people think that is nothing, which I understand that. 30,000 followers amongst everybody who got millions of followers. But 30,000 followers that I fucking know.
Yeah. 30,000 real followers.
30,000 no wig on followers.
Yeah.
No dancing on followers. No not naked followers. No ass shaking followers. No nonsense ass follower. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't purchase not one goddamn follower.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for one follower. Not at one show since Instagram came out that I go on any show at the end of the night and say, follow me on anything.
Tag 3 people. That's a new thing.
Not one time.
That's real. So you're a purist. You're a purist. Now, as I'm a fellow purist, not in the comedy space, but in, the tech space, in the even in the hip hop space, we losing to the populace. Purists is losing. We are at war.
I think that people think that, because watch this. Name your top social media comics that have specials.
Man, you know what? I don't look for them social media comics for special. I'm excited about your special.
That's the thing. This is the reason why. Because you're a purist, and so are the fucking networks.
Okay.
The network's not giving no goddamn Instagram person no special until you go on the road, and you gonna have to become a purist.
Yeah.
Because we not giving it to you for all that refurbished BET shit you doing.
Yeah. That's real. I don't like to see my thing is with any art form, I just want to see the people. I don't want to see nobody come in through the side door. And I feel like some of the stuff, music will hold on. It's a lot of side door.
It's a bunch of side door shit.
Just, you know what I'm saying? I like
you played football, so you took your football following to this. Or you used to do this, and now you do that. Like, no disrespect Ha Davis has what, 3 million some odd followers, and somebody told me they went to go see him.
Yeah, I went to go see him. Yeah,
and then just to go back and really, I listened. I went and listened to some shit just to be sure, and I just like, damn, you took 2001, 2002 Malik S.
You told me about that last week
and said, and because you have a social media following, however you got it, because it wasn't through no stand-up, because I ain't seen no fucking stand-up on you.
I will say his set was pretty good when I saw him in improv.
But you took somebody else's saying and you leaned on it. But see, it's okay. It's okay to do that because Kevin came with JB Smooth shit, but Kevin put in a whole lot of other work besides that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. People ask me now, how do you become a great comic? How did you become a great nigga? I say don't do that. Don't even waste your time trying to come up with some unique shit. Just go watch old Comic View and spin all of that shit into your own shit. Don't even do it. Don't, because all you're gonna do is pull your own hair out trying to be a real stand-up, because it's no space for real stand-ups.
Yeah, man.
Because see, everybody, even people who say they want real stand-up, still post buffoonery shit. No matter how educated you are, educated people still don't post stand-up. Even educated comics.
Yeah.
But they'll still post some dumb shit. Just because.
I'm guilty of it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking every time I hear that famous. I'm guilty of it. I just that's my coon tune that I like. But to your point, I want to do more to support the art in its pure form, because you are right. What we are calling, but in full disclosure, like I said, I went to the Ha show. I enjoyed his stand-up set. I did think the opening act, who I'd never heard of before, who was just up there entertaining the crowd off of pure comedy, I felt like he was a true star of the night, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
And when I asked you what you remembered, you said he leaned on the double word shit. And that's what prompted me to say Malik S's shit.
Yeah. Man, how prevalent is theft in today's comedy?
Oh man, shit. That's all of the young new comics do. That's all they do.
Man.
All they do is steal. All they do is remix. That's all they do. I haven't seen one skit yet that I see on the internet that's fucking original.
Wow.
That I haven't seen 80 other people do. See, the thing about where I come from, my generation in stand-up. So everybody had their lane.
Okay.
And they had their own voice. You didn't have, when George Carlin was alive, you didn't have 18 people trying to be George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have nobody trying to be Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was Rodney Dangerfield. Don Rickles was Don Rickles.
Mm-hmm.
Richard was Richard. Paul Mooney was Paul Mooney. You didn't have everybody. You didn't have 7 Paul Mooneys and 8 Richard Pryors. You didn't have everybody. The fucking bullshit that Jerry Lewis came out with, imitation is the best form of flattery. No, imitation is fucking theft.
That's a quote right there.
Imitation is theft, man, in the arts.
Yeah, that's real. That is real. That's, man, you hit that one on the head.
The movie Imitation of Life wasn't about no good story. It was about somebody trying to be something that they wasn't and hiding what they actually were. So, and being ashamed of who you actually are. So I don't know these motherfuckers' voices.
Yeah.
I don't know what you gonna sound like. I don't know if you're gonna make it to 20 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they gonna evolve to. Evolve to what?
Yeah.
More dumb shit?
No, that's real. That's man, you know what? That's real. And you spoke it, and I ain't gonna lie, some youngins gonna hate and say, like, man, you a bitter old head. But you wasn't that ain't bitter old head. That's facts. What you just said was facts.
It's not bitter old head at all, because the thing is, it's niggas older than me that they don't feel the same about me that I feel about you because I never cheated.
Okay.
They never heard me
Yeah.
stealing somebody's shit and trying to innovative with, I'm gonna put on a yellow shirt and I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
And it's no, I've been evolving me for the duration since I've been here. So do I say it's not a necessary? They're a necessary evil. Like I tell these young cats, hey, don't think that these internet motherfuckers stealing anything from you. No, they're not stealing nothing from you. They becoming a necessary evil. And I applaud them on keeping comedy clubs alive. Because in order for me, as a fucking genius type comic, we know that we in a society of buffoons. We get that. So it's gonna take a lot more work for people to come see me because I'm not a flash in the pan type person. I'm not microwave. So Jake the Snake is a wrestler. Mick Foley is a wrestler. Nene Leakes is a reality star. You got your social media people. You come through on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and you sell tickets. You sell tickets and you do what you do, and you in the comedy club make their bread, and you make your bread. So then at the when the weekend comes, then they can bring in a comic that they building. That's a real stand-up that has an actual show. That's not based upon a gimmick. It's an actual show or actual performance. So people who do stand-up and they practicing on and they working on stand-up, then they create specials.
Okay.
Whether it's a half hour or a full hour. Well, they do albums that's centered around who they are. When are these social media people telling the story on who they are? That's facts.
Now to be totally honest, and to your point, when I've seen the social media people do stand up, which I feel like is kind of weird, is I would never go to a Keenan Ivory. I would never go to see Jim Carrey do stand up and expect him to be Fire Marshal Bill. They're doing their whole stand up set in internet character, which is like that. That's not really you. You know what I'm saying? That's not your story. That's almost like going to see Chris Tucker do a show as Smokey. It's like, no, and that's kind of, that is, and I never really realized that until you
Chris Rock.
No, Chris Tucker as Smokey. Like Chris Tucker for Friday as Smokey.
That was his name on Friday?
Yeah, Smokey, yeah. Smokey, Ezel.
I thought Ezel was Smokey.
Wait, hold on. No, yeah, Smokey was, Chris Tucker, right? Yeah. So Smokey was Chris Tucker, but
Who was Ezel?
Ezel was his, I think his name is Al something.
No, AJ Johnson.
Yeah, AJ Johnson was Ezel, yeah.
Ezel. So his name was Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey. Chris Tucker was Smokey.
Damn,
but like,
I've been calling him Chris Tucker the whole time.
No, it's all good. But just to see, it would be really weird for me to go buy a ticket to a Chris Tucker comedy show and he come out as Smokey. It would be strange.
Just like John Witherspoon.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
Pops.
Yeah, but that's what I see some of the internet comedy doing, and I didn't really notice it till listening to you talk from Pierce Point, because like I'm at the end of the day, I'm a civilian. I don't know that world. I've tried it one or two times just recreationally. I'm not, but I respect it. I respect the art form because I just from attempting it once or twice, I realized like it ain't nothing like it, man, because it's just you. In those words, it's not no band backing you. It's not there's no words people can sing along to. It's not poetry where everybody wants to clap and do this. They want you to fail. They either want you to be great.
I don't think that about audiences.
Well, I'm gonna say they want you to.
I think that's about individual people that come, and I think that's mostly a. I hate to say it, hate to fucking say it. That's some black shit. Yeah. Unfortunately. That's the black chitlin circuit coon shit that you go to a comedy show and somebody wants you to. I'm talking because just think about it. It's like you say, going to a comedy show and Chris Tucker doing his character and Smokey. Going to a comedy show and spending my money with the hopes that the headliner don't do well. That's black money. That's black economics. That's black spending your money with fucking sense.
Yeah, now I say I don't know if it's a headliner thing. I put it like this. I say
any of the comics. I don't want to go anywhere and watch a bunch of bad previews before the movie starts.
Yeah, I feel that. Like it's really one of those things. I mean,
black shit.
I respect the art form though, just because it is like, you know, you really are up there and it's just you. It ain't nobody. You can't co-sign a comic and make people laugh at his jokes. You can't. It's not like to me. There's no other art form like it, because every other art form you can disguise.
You got a bunch of cushion. You can disguise a bunch of shit. You can put a synthesizer and know you can't sing.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no disguise in comedy. You either got it or not. I don't care if Richard Pryor say that you the one. If you get on that stage and it ain't funny, people not gonna laugh. So I respect that authenticity and that honesty of the craft, man. Yo, man, I'll be at your show on the 19th. Man, I had the pleasure chopping it up with you, man. Man, we usually end the show with just just a couple, nuggets, jewels, man. We call it commencement speech, just some words, to, whether you want them to be words or advice, just a parting message, man. But yeah, I've had had a great time chopping it up with you, man. Just want you to lead the people with some words, man.
Man, I done gave the people a lot of words. See, let me tell you something, man. You humans are very arrogant, man. Y'all ask for a lot. You like a crowd at a show that want me to end with a big joke. I'm like, first of all, that's some arrogant shit. that I've been up here for an hour and a half, and then you want me to start really working at the end. If you haven't laughed in an hour and a half, that's your dark black heart. So this is what I'm listening to. At the end of all of this shit, we done talked about information. You want me? Okay, now.
I'm sorry. It's just tradition. It's just like a tradition, my man.
So at the end of your job, you start really working hard. Let me really start editing and really let me really start getting into this right at the end at 5:01. I'm really okay. These are the jewels I'm gonna leave y'all with. Don't ever let somebody work the shit out you and then ask you to work extra hard at the end. How about that? How about those jewels?
I'm so sorry, man.
I'm just saying that the type of shit that y'all get simpletons to do. You didn't talk to the people for an hour, 30 minutes plus. Then at the end, you haven't said shit important this whole time. So at the end, I would like for you to give the people some wisdom. like I'm just saying, what's the name of this podcast again? Because I'm going to make sure.
It's the Rob J Show.
The Rob J Show. Let me tell you something. For everybody that just tuned in on my IG, the Rob J Show is a slave driving show. I'm going to work you hard, and then at the end, he wants you to tally up some wisdom. I'm saying, damn all the wisdom that you have probably displayed during the course of y'all conversation, but not that wisdom, not that one. That's not the wisdom he wants. He wants you to dig deeper into the bowels of your brain and come up with something for the people.
Oh man.
No lead in, no nothing. Hey, at the end of the show, what we do is
hey man, I went Varnell Hill on you.
We ask people to give some wisdom at the end. And, tell the people, give them some nuggets. See, speaking of nuggets, there's some nut shit that so, okay, wisdom. Understand the process to it. Hikmah, wisdom, is not something acquired with no experience. Just know that.
That's real.
Wisdom cannot be acquired without experience.